Hate me when I'm gone, I'll make it worth your while when I'm successful. But when I'm here I need your kindness, cause the climb is always stressful. Clumsily gas myself by thinking I'll be better off alone. I'll leave my piece in pieces all around the decent people back at home. Cause I'm a big boy and I don't know well near.
Yeah, Nick's doing it with me this year. I've also got 2 family members doing it. My auntie Marie Grice and my cousin Hayley Grice, who obviously Marie's daughter. They've wanted to do it for a couple of years, so now they've decided that this is the right time to join. Nick is, over the last year I'd say, become quite a keen cyclist. He cycles in from his home.
I know it's something that Adam's done for the last 3 years, and he's done really well, incredibly well, to raise the funds for Prostate Cancer UK. That was the end goal for me, really. You know, he probably won't think it, but he is in some ways an inspiration, in many ways an inspiration, and the guys that have done it before, and obviously Marie and Hayley are going to join us this year. So that was the end, really, my end point.
Yeah, prostate cancer, well, it's a fantastic charity that obviously Scunthorpe United have had a lot to do with in recent years. Obviously, shirt sponsors last year, they're official partner of the Football League for the last, I think, 3 years, and they've got a new deal for another 3 years. So it's not just prostate cancer and Scunthorpe United, it's prostate cancer and the whole Football League. Every club is involved some way or another, even clubs in non-league. I remember my first year we did it, when I did it from London, I think St Albans Football Club, they had like 3 representatives. So it's football clubs all over the country. Even Premier League clubs, Spurs last year had about 20 representatives, but your main clubs, Ipswich have a proper cycling team. I think last year they've had 60 people do it, so I'm expecting another big turnout from them this year.
Well, I spoke to the chairman back in the summer briefly, ironically when we were doing the team photo, and suggested to him that there would be something that I would like to do, to enhance the profile of the club and its charitable image. And we decided that, for me personally, before we decided to do the Football to Amsterdam ride, that we'd support Prostate Cancer UK again, being the club partner, even though not being the shirt sponsors this year. So that was important to sort of carry on the good work that's been done by the club, including, the chairman himself with Jeff Stelling's walks last year. And hopefully we'll be able to achieve, a good amount of sponsorship to raise, valuable funds.
As a group, there's a target of £4,000 for prostate cancer. Advise you to try and raise £1,000 per rider, so that's what we're going for. Mine
was probably ridiculous, but we've got to actually achieve £600 individually ourselves to fund the ride, because obviously we've got a ferry across to Amsterdam for the second leg of the ride. We've got an overnight stop in Amsterdam, and myself and Adam a flight back to Leeds Bradford after it. So, you've got to justifiably, raise enough to warrant to do the ride. So that's the first target by the 1st of April. And then after that, it's £1,000 is what they would like. But we'd like to sort of, I think, as a foursome, crash through what was achieved previously. And go beyond it and raise as much as we can. So, the more support we get in achieving that, will be greatly appreciated.
Slow, very slow so far. It's been over Christmas side, cold, whatever, man flu you want to call it. Sure, all the office will tell you about it. So it's been a bit of a tough start to get the motivation back to start training this year, but now I'm back on the bike, back in the gym. I'm sure I'll start getting back up to fitness fairly soon.
Yeah, good. I mean, I think in some ways, I've done that much and over the last sort of 9 months now, and joined a cycling club in Doncaster, 4 months ago, and go out on a Sunday with them. So it'll be, in some ways, it's going to be a challenge. But not something that I would go into without being prepared for. But again, that's probably the competitiveness in me. And probably the hardest thing for me is probably not going into the ride and not wanting to win it, which is again what we do as sportsmen. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. There's going to be great fun. There's going to be a wealth of experienced riders that have done it before, newcomers to it, more high profile football people.
I'm not on the stage as what Nick Daws is. Nick's a prime athlete. Nick can probably do a Tour de France if he wants to, but on the way I'm doing a Tour de France is in the sport car.
What I sort of decided to do personally is kind of look at, can I commute to work occasionally? And yeah, it's doable. It was 23 miles, and I've managed to do, as we sit here now, I think 74, return commutes. In the height of summer when it's lovely, and in the depths of winter when it's pitch black in the morning and it's pitch black going home at night. And set myself a personal challenge of doing 1250k a month from June until May, so effectively the 2016-17 season. And I'm now, if memory serves me right, 8 months coming up to 9 months of successfully achieving that. So those were like little personal goals that have kept me motivated, over the course of the season, even when sometimes it's been difficult. But having been a professional sportsman for so long, you kind of need a goal, you need something to achieve, and I can't get out there and fight for 3 points, so I've got to set myself a little target, and so far it's gone well.
Yeah, Nick's probably going to be right at the front of the pack leading it, and will be taking it at his own pace. Yeah, last year we had the personalised jerseys made by Godfrey Sports in Nottingham, replicate the 2015-16 home kit with companies sponsoring who donated money. So this year again, obviously last year was a success, so I've decided to do it again this year. So far I've got Gem Sports Management, who supplied, who I deal with for the hotels for the first team. They're sponsored vast amount, so thank you to them. Also Cool Care Logistics, a transport company in Doncaster, they've all agreed to sponsor the jerseys, so they're paying for the full 4 jerseys that the team will wear, and again that'll replicate the home kit of 2016-17.